Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and a Merry Christmas, a late Merry Christmas to everybody. One of the gifts I got this year was a new game camera because, as you remember in one of my recent videos, I went to put my camera out and it was dead. I've had it for years and it's worked really well, but it was time for an upgrade, so I was gifted this new SPYPOINT LM2. It's one of those cellular models. I've already kind of tested it out, and it sends pictures right to my cell phone, which is pretty neat. So I can get kind of updates when pictures are being taken. So I am on my way out into the woods now to go kind of get this set up in an active area to see what's roaming around out behind our house. About a week and a half ago or so, we had a massive windstorm here in Maine, and right in our backyard we lost half of that big pine. I don't know if you can see this pine right here that sheared off halfway up. Everything fell in here, so I spent 3 hours this morning kind of just cleaning it up and getting all the brush knocked down right to the ground so it rots a little quicker. And then we've got big logs, one that's obviously still standing there, and then some laying down here, one there, and then another big limb off this big pine snapped, and that's laid out right over there. So we may use those to try to produce some lumber. This one's not the straightest, but we'll see what we can do. Either way, I just wanted to get it cleaned up, and all those branches that were hung up in the other trees and sticking up all knocked down to the ground and cut up in small pieces so they can start decomposing a little quicker. But what a mess. There were over 400,000 people without power at the peak of the storm. My weather station here had a gust to 60, which was a new record for me. And local airport readings were gusting right around 70 miles per hour, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty impressive for this area, not being on the coast or in the mountains here. Usually we don't see winds quite that strong, but it was quite a storm. I'm excited to put this camera out and test it out and see how it works. And of course, as you can probably tell, it's raining again. It seems like that's all it does around here nowadays. In order to get stuff done, you can't be afraid to work in the rain, because we don't have many sunny days, it seems like, lately. So much rain. We should be getting snow this time of year. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna see a lot more damage like this on my way out there, I'm sure. We might see a little bit of snow in a couple days, but it's probably only going to be an inch or two at most. We had that one storm earlier, a few weeks ago, where I got to use the snowblower, and that's pretty much been it. Kind of unheard of. I'm hoping that we turn the corner here soon and start getting more snow, get colder. The ground hasn't even really frozen up yet. It's pretty crazy. Typically the frost is set in and you can use equipment and tractors and things like that on the ground, but it's so soft right now with all this rain and warm temps we've had. Another area with some split trees. Got a big pine right there that sheared right off about 20 feet up. And it flew out there and landed right in there. And then in here, let's see if we can't get a little closer. It's such a mess. Big pine split. Broke right down near the base here. This was a big one. Big three, kind of split into three trunks. The whole thing went. What a mess. And then another one right up in here, about halfway up, sheared right off. Caught this maple on the way down. So that's all piled up over here. And there's just so much of this out in the woods around here, everywhere you go, whether you're driving down the roads or just hiking in the woods. Massive pines like this down everywhere. It was one of the most destructive storms that I've definitely seen. Oh yeah, there's two more big trees back in the back there that are sheared right off halfway up too. It's too bad most of the stuff that came down is pine and softwood. You can use that for lumber, but really it's useless for firewood. If some hardwoods had come down, we would have been able to cut that up and use that for firewood for the house for next year. But instead, we'll only really probably cut some up and use that in our outdoor fire pit. Ooh, walking through some deep water here, trying to cross the brook and muddy. So yeah, we'll probably use some for the outdoor fire pit and maybe try to make some boards out of some of the straighter, bigger logs. I got to keep my eye out for antlers out here too while I'm out. The whitetail deer have started, the bucks have started shedding their antlers. And with no snow on the ground, they should be easier to find than normal. Typically they get buried by fresh snow and they blend in. They're harder to find until springtime. By then, the mice and the voles have started to chew them up. So we'll keep our sharp eye out and see if we find anything. If this weather wasn't so bad, looks like the next 3 days are dreary like this as well. But if it wasn't so bad, I'd try to get out somewhere and do some hiking and see if I can't find more antlers and some high deer activity areas. But the weather just doesn't look promising. This is kind of what I'm looking for. You can see kind of a deer trail here, a nice rub on that tree from this year. I'm getting closer to the area I want to put this camera. But I keep heading out in that direction. Another great rub right here. It's not very high off the ground, so I don't think it's a huge buck, but it's maybe 2 to 2.5 feet off the ground. I gotta slosh through all this mud here. Keep heading out in that direction. I'm on a pretty active trail right here. So I'm gonna keep following this for a bit and see if I can't find a good spot where some of these little side trails converge onto this one. All right, so it looks like the deer are following the edge of this field, and then they are coming right along the edge here and heading into the woods in this section. See a pretty darn good trail right there. Kind of splits in two. So I'm gonna see if I can't find a good spot in this area to get this camera set up. All right, I've just got it connecting to cell signal right now, which is why that green light is blinking. Once it connects, it usually goes solid. And if it's solid green, that means it's got good cell reception. If it's yellow, it's moderate. And if it's red, that means poor, and you should try to move it to a new location. So hopefully, by the looks of it, solid green. Now red light should start blinking. There we go. That'll blink for about 30 seconds. And then once that stops, that means we're good to go. And there it is. I just got a notification on my phone, so it should indicate that it's working properly. So we'll leave it out here for a while and see what we get. I just wanted to get out and get a quick video done for you guys. Also just show you this new game camera that I got. Get that set up. Again, this gloomy weather is making it hard to do anything that I want to do when I have time. You just kind of have to dress up and go for it and deal with the rain as it comes, because it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Now would be a great chance, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I'll continue to do videos like this, videos like I've done in the past, snow blowing, using the chainsaw, hopefully some antler shed hunting, hiking, that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.